Welcome to A Quest for Metal. Today we are ranking Incantation's albums from my least favourite to my favourite. Incantation, a Death Doom staple. Death fucking Doom staple. And I think leaning more to the death side of things. There are a lot of slow songs they've got, but more leaning to the deaths. Kind of like Autopsy. More like Autopsy than, say, like A Soul of the Sun. If you get my drift. But still, Pioneers, amazing band. Long-running band with loads of albums, so loads to get through. And they don't really have any stinkers, so let's just dive straight in. But before I do, let me know down below what's your favourite Incantation album, what's your least favourite. Let me know and let's get stuck in. Coming in last is Blasphemy, and it's probably Blasphemy putting it last because the band has it in high regard as like the best, the favourite. I think I read that it was due to, I don't know if it was a band member or a friend passing away and it was dedicated to them, which makes sense. But for like a listener who doesn't have that kind of connection with the album, I do think it is the weakest. It makes me feel bad putting it last, but I do think it is the weakest. The sound design on it is just so much different to every other album. It doesn't have that murky, grimy, slime-filled sound like a lot of the other albums does. And some of these songs just are not as good as some of the other songs on the other albums, but it is a fine album. Nothing wrong with it. I just feel like it needs to be like remastered or something. Remixed, remastered, and then maybe, it'll be fucking amazing. But at the moment, it's gonna sit here. And the outro song where it's just like nothingness. I know it's just to piss off the record companies, which is great. So I love it for that. But obviously I'm gonna skip it because I don't want to listen to that myself. So yeah, Blasphemy, it's fine. Just needs to be, remastered or something. And then it'll probably go higher on my list, but at the moment, it's coming in last. Next up is Decimate Christendom. I don't know how the fuck you say that. Christendom? That sounds like a dinosaur. Decimate Dinosaur. Sure, that's what we call it today. Nothing wrong with this album. I do think it is a solid album. But solid albums don't fucking cut it with Incantation. You need a fucking amazing album. A solid album does not cut it against the likes of fucking Onward to Golgotha, and even like the newer shit like Sector's Vial, Divinities. Solid does not fucking cut it. We need liquid and gas up in here. We need liquid and fucking gas. But this doesn't deliver it, but it's still a great listen and one you need to check out. Dying Divinity is a great song. Horns of Eradication, there's a lot of cool cuts on this album, but I don't think it holds a candle to some of the others. I just don't. There's a couple of albums in the middle where I'm like, this is good, but I've heard better already, so this is one of them. Still a great album though, so definitely give it a listen. Decimate Diplodocus. Give it a listen. Next up is Primordial Domination, which is a great album. I do think it's a step up from the ones I was talking about. I do think it is a step up, but it is again one of those middle kind of albums where I do just prefer other ones, later ones, earlier ones. The middle ones, I'm just kind of like, these are good. These are good. The Fallen Priest is a fantastic song. Doctrines of Crucifixion, Conquered God. I mean, there's a lot of good picks on this album. The artwork's fucking awful. Not a big fan of the artwork. Some of the middle artworks, like the one I just mentioned, Decimate Brontosaurus. Not a big fan of some of the artworks in the middle ones, but I mean, you can't have it all. You can't have great music and great artwork all the fucking time. This has great music. Art's a bit funny, but definitely give this one a listen. I do think it's much better than Decimate, Iguanodon, and fucking the what the fuck was the other one called? Blasphemy. That's it. Way better than those two. And then from here on out, it gets even goddamn better. The Infernal Storm is next. Another one which I think does improve on it. Just a little bit. They're probably on about the same ones, these two. These two albums I just mentioned, probably on the same kind of level. But the artwork on this one, come on. That's like classic Incantation art. I love it. What's even going on? Like this mangled, horny mess in the cover. That's what we like to see. Just fucking nonsense on the cover. It's great. It's glorious. Anoint the Chosen. Great way to start off the album. Sempaternal Pandemonium. What a great fucking name that is for a song. What a great fucking name. Lustful Demise. Who came up with the fucking song titles in this one? This is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic song titles in this one. And the music is up to standard as well. Really great. Really great. Probably some of the best titles they've done on this album. Music's not the best ones they've done, but it's a great fun album by Incantation. and it's one I regularly go back to. But it's not the best. So let's keep going till we strike gold. Next up is Vanquishing Vengeance, and from here on out, these ones are fucking amazing. I love them. This one is no different. Very, very doomy. Very doomy on this one. We're talking about, Legions of Dis. Come on. That's the slowest song they've ever fucking done. Slow as goddamn hell. It's almost funeral doom with that song. But I think it is a fun one, but I do prefer the other songs on the album, to be honest. The title track especially is awesome. Profound Loathing. I didn't say that right. Profound Loathing from Hollowed Sands. The second half of the album's a lot better. Legions of Dis is cool. Legions of Dis is a very cool song for them. I do like it, but I think the rest of the album is just better, in my opinion. And I think it's one of the coolest artworks they've done. And it's a dark album, it's a doomy album, it's dreary, and it's one of the best. Next one, which is even fucking better, is Dirges of Elysium. Holy shit, that artwork is just, it's so goddamn good. I don't even know what's going on in it. Some kind of like snake demons, some creature in the background. Love it. Again, the title track, great. Charnel Grounds, Impalement of Divinity. Again, the second half of the album, I do love a lot more than the first half. First half's fantastic as well, a lot more punchy. But yeah, this is a doomy as fuck album. Doomy as all fuck. And this might be the doomiest album they've done. I'm going to say that on record. This is probably the doomiest album they've done. But that's a good thing. I love it. And these songs hit hard. And it pains me to put this low because I love it. But they have so many other good albums, so it's coming here. Next up is Profane Nexus with a fucking wild art as well. And this one is better, in my opinion. That one's a lot doomier, but this one is the better balance of the death and the doom, in my opinion. With Muse, Rites of the Locust, Omens to the Altars of Onyx, they are fucking fantastic with the song titles. They're kind of like the death metal equivalent of Inquisition with the song titles, how fucking ridiculous they are. But the songs hit. The songs hit harder on this album, in my opinion. I think they did get better and better. So from the mid onwards, it just got better and better with Vanquish, then Dirges, now Profane, just getting better and better. Inquisition's just getting better and better. That's what I love about them. And this is no different. Great newer album by Inquisition, and if you kind of fallen off Inquisition, maybe you didn't like the mid ones for some reason, but definitely give this one a listen, and the next one. Sector Vial Divinity is the one that came out last year. Fucking amazing album. Entrails of the Hag Queen, one of the best songs of the year. How amazing that song was. I always on repeat on my listens. I love that song. Propiation, probably didn't say that right. What a great song that one is as well. Guardians from the Primeval. This album hits fucking hard. It's kind of parallel to Profane Nexus. I think those both are kind of on the same level. I do prefer this one a bit more catchier with some of these songs, but both these albums, you can't go wrong with either of them. Can't go wrong with goddamn either of them, but I love the slimy green art on this one. This is probably one of the best arts they've done. I'm going to say that. I'm stuck with art, so I fucking love this one. Sector Vial Divinities came out last year. It's one that should be on your radar. It's one that you should be listening to right goddamn now. Here it comes to it. The final three. What's it going to be? You know it's all the fucking early ones, because, come on. It's fucking classics. Onwards to Golgotha is my number 3rd. Yes, most people's number 1. It's the classic. Made them big. But, I prefer the other two. But this one is a fucking classic for a reason. Golgotha, Devoured Death, Unholy Massacre. All these songs hit goddamn hard. The vocals are just insane. I know they've had 100 fucking vocalists. I do prefer the new vocalist. If we're going to talk about vocalists, I do prefer the new John McEntee. Hopefully you've said your name right. I do prefer his vocals, to be honest, to the older ones, but the older songs are so fucking good. And come on, the classic vocalist, also fantastic, but I do prefer the new vocalist. But this album's a fucking classic. Love every fucking song on it. It's a banger from start to finish. Should be in your top 3. If it's not in your top 3, what the hell are you doing? What the fuck are you smoking? Great album from start to finish, and yeah, it's fucking Onward to Golgotha, man. It's a goddamn classic. Number 2 is Diabolical Conquest. Holy fucking shit. This is when they went blew up into the stratosphere. Some of these songs, man. United in Repugnance, Unheavenly Skies, Impending Diabolical Conquest. From the album art, I knew it was going to be fantastic. I knew something glorious was awaiting, and it was. And it was this album. Very different to the first two. Kind of more mature than the first two. Songwriting has really fucking improved from the first two. What can I say? This album is another classic. It's one of the best Incantation albums ever made. Love all these songs. They just, they continue to have amazing albums throughout their discography. And this is another one. New vocalist, still fucking fantastic. They never lose the spark. And you know what's going to be number one now? Because I fucking spoiled it. So number one is The Mortal Throne of Nazarene. I knew this was going to be one as soon as I saw the fucking art. Maybe that's kind of psychologically in the back of my head where it's like, that's got to be good because the art's fucking amazing. But the music's amazing as well. The music is amazing as well. Demonic Incarnate is so fucking good. Abolishment of Immaculate Serenity, that end song, the 8-minute long one. Oh, the riffs, the doomy nature of that. Holy crap, that's a fantastic way to close the album. The Ibex Moon. Oh, it's really hard to rank Incantation. It's one of the hardest rankings we've had to do. These last three could easily fucking swap. At the moment, Mortal Throne of Nazarene is my favourite Incantation album of all time. And come on, that fucking weird album cover. I don't even know what the fuck is going on. It's like some weird tumour things on that lady's head. It looks like fucking Mary, Mother of Jesus, with like fucking tumours coming out of her head or some Star Wars creature. It's mental, and the music is beautiful. Mortal Throne of Nazarene is my favourite Incantation album of all time. Let me know what your favourite Incantation album is down below. Let me know, and we'll see you again on another Quest for Metal.